Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to review the MSC Divina, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to divide this into two parts because I feel somewhat that the good far outweighs the bad and the ugly. So we're going to do it in two parts so it's all about even, I guess. So
a little background of how we ended up on the MSC Divina for this particular vacation. We originally were going to go to Cuba. We found out the borders were open and we wanted to go. So we started doing our research and found out that between visas and flights and hotels, it was going to cost tremendously amount more money than we wanted to spend. Yeah, a lot of hidden fees. Plus, it was kind of a last-minute trip for us, too, so it's not something we had really been preparing for. So we wanted to be budget-friendly for this particular vacation. So I'm a big fan of Cruise Radio, the podcast, and they do a thing called Cruise News at the very beginning of some of their episodes. And so I actually heard a news article on MSC on an episode I was listening to, and so I called him and I said, Cuba's not going to work out. What about this?
And I was sold after I saw the itinerary. So I do Eastern and Western Caribbean. We went on the Eastern Caribbean cruise. It was a 7-night cruise, and we stopped in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Nassau, Bahamas, and Phillipsburg, St. Martin, which is on my bucket list. I've always wanted to go to St. Martin because of the airport. It sounds kind of nerdy, I know, and it is nerdy, but it's actually one of the top 3 most deadliest airports in the world just due to the location. So right at the end of the runway is a beach, which is Maho Beach, and airplanes, 747s, A340s, those of you who follow airplanes, bigger airplanes, they fly literally 20 feet over your head to land on the runway about 50 feet away. Absolutely an awesome sight, awesome feeling. Feel them take off and blow sand in your face. I enjoyed it. So just seeing that on the itinerary, I was sold.
So naturally, he thought, we have to do this. So we booked it, and we actually really enjoyed ourselves. Like you said earlier, we feel like the good far outweighs the bad and the ugly. And so I have notes here in front of me of some things that we're going to go over. But first, we kind of want to explain a little bit to you about MSC and maybe some stats just in case you aren't very familiar with them.
So MSC's been around for only a few years. I'd say maybe 5-6 years, I think. Maybe a little bit longer. But they only have one ship here in the U.S. They had one before it left. Now they have a newer ship. It's made in 2012, I believe. So and it's an immaculate, pretty ship. Now MSC is originally a shipping cargo company that has, I think, over 400 ships that transport cargo throughout the world. It's a family operation, so it's actually the largest cruise line operated by one individual family in the world.
They're privately owned.
And it's actually the 4th largest cruise line in the world. I didn't know that, but they only have one ship in the U.S., but actually the fourth largest. So it's kind of cool. They're based in Italy, so there's a lot of Italian flair to it, which I think is awesome, because I'm actually applying for my dual citizenship from Italy.
Italian.
Yeah, it's in the process of doing that. So my kinsmen were on the ship with me doing stuff. But it was awesome. Everything was Italian, all the way from the personnel, but down to the pads of butter were literally Italian, and the water. So it was awesome.
So let's start with our list. Mm-hmm. So we'll kind of go down the things that we really loved. I'm going to start with Decor. So those of you that know me in real life know that I love everything that glitters and everything sparkly. And as you guys hang out with us more here on YouTube, you'll figure that out. Walking into this ship, it is so beautiful. It is immaculate the way that it's decorated. It has lots of gleam and just a beautiful sparkle everywhere, down to the Swarovski crystal staircases. It is unreal to see them in real life. I think they're $40,000 each. There's 4 of them. So they are gorgeous. 4
staircases, not 4 steps.
4 staircases. Yeah. But they're gorgeous. They are absolutely beautiful. And I think just any area that you go in the ship is very detailed with decoration. Like, they really took a lot of thought with how they decorate it, as well as they keep it clean. It is so well maintained.
It's very, very, very clean. You can't find. We actually took some Lysol wipes with us to just clean off the room, and you couldn't find one speck of dust or anything in there. They all came out clean. No. So
I even wiped down the remote, which is the thing when you go to a hotel nobody wipes down, and it was clean. Nothing. It was amazing.
I wish I had video of this, but I don't because I had the camera turned off. But literally, there's mirrors everywhere on the ship.
Yeah.
I ran into a wall and ran into a mirror. Because I saw the elevator, so I went left, and it was actually right. The mirror's right across the elevator.
It's because it was so clean.
But it was so clean. That just attests to how clean the ship was.
They keep everything so shiny that he jumped off and he thought it was a walkway, and it was a mirror just slammed into the mirror. So that's something that's my favorite. One of my favorite things about the ship is just it's so pretty and so well maintained. You can tell they take pride with where they're working and what they're taking care of.
Mm-hmm. So next one to talk about is food. Of course, it's Italian ship, so you have to learn to like or appreciate Italian food. A lot of people don't. I've seen reviews like on Cruise Critic and all those other sites that you kind of love or hate the food. If you're adventurous, if you've been out of the country, if you like other foods, you're going to have an awesome time because all the food's really good. Mm-hmm. They have freshly sliced Italians like salami and prosciutto, all that kind of stuff for meats. They have fresh mozzarella balls, provolone. There's all kinds of just fancy cheeses and fancy breads. It's there all the time on the buffet for you, and we got our fill of that too, and it was great.
It was so good.
We also have a lot of ethnic food too. You go to Indian, Chinese food, so it was all around really good.
They try really hard, I feel like, to cater to everyone that's there, and there's so many nationalities of people, so many different languages and people from different countries that they really try to hit them all. And so I thought that was really impressive, that they really tried to make everybody feel like they're at home.
Mm-hmm. We didn't find, a lot of people thought that food was cold, and it wasn't cold, but we'll go on that in the next video about why we think that is.
Why that happens. But for us, we actually had positive experiences with the food. I actually enjoyed the food on the buffet sometimes more than the food I got in the dining room, to be honest, and we'll talk about that more in the next video, but it was fantastic. So,
and I can attest to everybody across the board online and on YouTube videos said this was the best, and it is. The pizza. Yes. The pizza is amazing. There's a lot of weird pizzas, too, they have on there since it's Italian. We had some with corn on it, and she wasn't a big fan of that.
No,
but I'm from
weird.
Iowa, so I kind of have to like the pizza with corn on it.
It's weird.
Yeah. But always there, always hot and fresh, always really good ingredients. I'm not sure if it's wood-fired, if it wasn't.
Well,
but
they had it right there. Like, they have this entire pizza area because they had pizza all the way till 1 a.m. That's the one food that they had more than anything else. They had food 20 of the 24 hours a day, but pizza they had all the time. And it looked to me to be a legitimate wood-fired oven, and they always had somebody working it.
Which is funny is that I just thought about this just now, but everywhere in the buffet there were Filipino, Asian, the Indians, all their cooking food. But the one place they had an Italian guy was at the pizza station. I saw both guys were both, you could just tell they were Italian. And hearing them, besides hearing them speak Italian, but they looked Italian as well. So it's kind of neat. They actually had guys in from Italy making pizza for you. So
and it wasn't
pizza,
frozen dough. They made it. Yeah,
good.
They made the dough. They took care of it. Man, they were pumping it out. It was so good. So good. The other thing that we wanted to mention food-wise is the sports bar now offers free menu. Previous to their dry dock in early October, they didn't. It was an additional charge for any of that food, but now it's free.
Yeah, it was really good. Mozzarella sticks. What else do they have there?
Like burgers.
Yeah, hot wings. All the typical sports bar food, which was kind of neat.
Yeah, and my favorite thing, food-wise, is the gelato. They had authentic Italian gelato. They had it in two places. They had it outside by the pool, and then they had it inside, and it was fabulous. The coolest thing about it, though, is that it was $2 for a small one, or $5 for a big one. Now, what's interesting...
$4.
Was it $4?
Still, it's pretty good for authentic Italian gelato.
But either way, if you go to a frozen yogurt place and you get your frozen yogurt and all the stuff that you put on top of it, it ends up costing you more than that. So I was so impressed that they had the price point so low that it made it so affordable for you to enjoy gelato every day without feeling like you're breaking the bank. And that was just one of several desserts that they had in the little cafe area. They had cheesecake and macaroons, and they had cookies and all of this stuff that was very fairly priced. It was lower than honestly what you get here in the States.
Macaroons were like 60 cents. A slice of cheesecake was like $1.20.
It was crazy.
There were nice gourmet desserts. That was pretty cool. They had it. We never tried any. It's because we ran out of time and ran out of stomach space for one.
You can't eat all of that stuff all week long and feel good about it, but I was impressed. I was really impressed with the price point.
So the next thing that we thought was kind of unique that we've not seen before in the other cruise line is their flavored water. So in the buffet, they have water, typical hot chocolate, coffee, all that stuff, and iced tea. But they actually had water always available that was flavored. They had strawberry kiwi, they had lemonade, they had mango.
Was it a like a nectarine.
Yeah, like a mandarin something.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of cool flavors there, and you can just fill up your water bottle. Don't forget to bring your water bottle with you because the glass is a little bit small. Yeah.
But what's cool about that is they didn't just have it in one spot. So they had, because the buffet was so big to accommodate everybody, they had 4 maybe drinking stations, and they had the flavored water at all 4. Mm-hmm. So if you were on one side of the buffet, it's not one of those situations where you have to go all the way to the other side and go hunt it down. They always had it readily available for you.
Yep. So moving on from the food stuff, other things we liked about the ship. One thing that was unique to to the Divina, I think, is the smoke-free casino. Anywhere in the casino is smoke-free, no smell whatsoever. So, which is European, usually people smoke everywhere, and I was surprised on the lack of smoke that I smelled. There's only a few places that you can smoke on the ship. I think Deck 7. I'm not sure if it's starboard or what it is, but I know there's a certain place you can smoke, as well as a cigar lounge. But also they have really cheap bets. The minimum bets for like blackjack and poker and things and roulette was $2, which I think is pretty decently priced. Not sure about the slots, if they were loose slots or if they're not loose slots, but Amanda won like $50 on the penny machine.
I bet 50 cents.
Yeah, so we can't really attest to being winners or not winners, but she's always usually pretty good luck anyway. So.
I try. I know $50 isn't a lot of money, but hey, it's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So one other thing that we actually found to be so cool about this particular ship that we made a completely separate video on it. So I'm just going to touch on it briefly. They actually have drink vouchers. So if you aren't one of those people who can drink a ton or want to drink a ton on your vacation, they have voucher options for you where you can actually pay less money than the $50 to $61 per person per day that you'd pay for the unlimited, and just have a certain number of vouchers that you're using for your entire cruise. And so we made a completely different video on that, but it was definitely one of the things that we saw as valuable, so much so that we each had a voucher packet for us for the week. So look for that video to come, but it was awesome.
Totally worth it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then next thing that was a highlight for me, that was a pleasant surprise that I've not seen on any cruise line, or actually a lot of other places we've been, is the duty-free shop on the ship. Duty-free shop, I've never seen prices so cheap on liquor. You get a whole liter of Di Serono for $25, which I think in the States is like 50 in the States. So literally half the price. There were, what was that, like 2 or 3, I think 3-liter bottle of Smirnoff vodka. It was like one of the big giant ones. And it was so big, I actually had a pump. It came with a pump, you pumped it out.
Yeah, it was $29.
$29, and it sold out. Like they
had them stacked up. Like when you bought your alcohol, they stacked them up in bags on the floor in the duty free with your room number on it, and they were everywhere, all over the place.
Comically big. All of them. They had a bunch. They sold a bunch of those kind. They were really good, definitely good price. And then also limoncello, got limoncello for $10 from Italy.
So excited about that.
Mm-hmm. But my highlight that I've not seen anywhere I've been is they sold Cuban rum and Cuban cigars, legit. So we bought a bottle of Havana Club rum from Cuba for only $13, only $13. So you can actually now you can bring it in the States. So it's now they lifted the embargo and now letting all foreign stuff from Cuba come in here, as well as cohibas. I know there's a lot of counterfeit cohibas, especially you go to the Bahamas. None of those are going to be legit cohibas for Cubans. No. And I think there's some in St. Martin you can get. But why do that? You go on the ship, you get a cohiba. They're from the Habanos company, so you know they're actually guaranteed. They're actually legit Cuban cigars, but they were cheap. So we bought each of our dads 3. I can't remember what size they are.
They were the mini ones.
About that big, but 3 of them for $22. So that's a really good deal. They did have the big Siglo 6 cigars, which are about $27 a piece. Kind of the going rate anywhere. But they also had cigarellos. We got a whole 20-pack of Cohiba cigarellos for $20. And that was 20 of them in there. So it was decently priced. They also had other Cubans there too, besides Cohibas. But it's awesome. I mean, you can go on there, smoke a Cohiba, buy your Cuban rum, bring it back to the States with you. So
I think that eased his pain of not getting to go to Cuba just a little bit. He was so excited to find that. So I'm glad that we were able to get that for him, because I know that was a pained part of why Cuba didn't work out. One other cool thing to do with cigars, speaking of that, is that specific to the Divina, it's not fleet-wide, the captain of the ship actually does a activity called Cigars Under the Stars, where he comes and he smokes a cigar and he encourages anybody else that is interested in it to come and smoke a cigar and hang out, visit with him, and then he has all the other officers there with him too. So we went and enjoyed ourselves, and it was actually really interesting. He took pictures. He was very accessible, very social. So that was really cool. And then we found out that it's just on the Divina that they do that because this particular captain enjoys it. He likes to visit with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was actually pretty cool. He was really funny. We've met other cruises we've been on. We've seen the kind of charming way a captain can be. They try to get you laughing and all that stuff. But he was actually one of the funniest we think we've seen.
He was.
But yeah, nice personable guy. I think that's really cool. It speaks volumes to not only him but his crew and things for having this. So it was awesome to sit underneath the stars on the pool deck, kick back with my free voucher bourbon, or not free voucher, but my voucher bourbon and my Cuban cigar. Sit there, just look at the stars, listen to live music. It just can't get better than that. It's awesome.
Yeah, they do it at the same time they do the white party, so you get to watch everybody act crazy, and you can kind of sit back and relax, and you have some good entertainment. Mm-hmm. So one other thing, this was actually, I think, a really massive highlight for Jimmy without even realizing it, is going in, he wanted a massage. He wanted to relax. He wanted to visit the spa, but as we all know, those prices are high. It's expensive to do a spa package anywhere, but definitely on a cruise ship. So
it sounds exotic. Well, it sounded exotic on online, and we got there too. Kind of cool. It's a Balinese massage. I don't know what that means. It just sounds exotic, so I wanted to have one. It's kind of cool. They drip hot oil in your forehead. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So
it turns out that on sea days, towards the end of your trip, they do chair massages for 10 minutes for $10. And so it works out really well. It's right there on the pool deck. The ladies are there. They have products in case you want to buy, lotion or moisturizer or something. And if you do partake in that, then you get your massage for free. So it's a cool little thing. We ended up doing it the last 2 sea days. We did it both days, and it was awesome. The ladies were nice, and it was relaxing, honestly. 10 minutes in and out, you can go on to another activity.
And it was a really good massage. So the same ladies that do the actual massages in the spa, you pay $100 to get the hour or whatever, come down and do the chair massages. So same people, same great massage, it's just 10 minutes.
Yeah, $10. Yeah. So you can't really say no to that. It was really awesome.
One of the things that we really enjoyed and it kind of blew us away as well is the entertainment staff. They've had more staff on this ship than we've ever had on any other ship. They have, 5 guys?
They had 7 guys and 4 or 5 girls. Mm-hmm.
So it's a big entertainment staff, and I've never seen them as involved as other ships too. So when there's some kind of event where there's dancing's involved, they'll come out the audience and the guys will grab the old ladies and have them dance, and you just see them light up.
Those old ladies were loving it.
Even the guys too. The girls will invite the guys over to dance as well. But they were funny. They were really funny. Of course, they're all other countries. They're all all around the world, and they were good. I mean, even the pre-show stuff. So they'd come out before the entertainment at night in the theater, and they each have a skit each night and go around and interact with the audience. Oh, it's so funny.
They were everywhere. They didn't just run trivia like you see on a lot of other ships or things like that, or do like the Quest or any of those kind of game shows. They were really there all week long. They were very accessible. You saw them walking around. They were nice. They were hilarious. They were just hysterical. The first trivia night, I went up to one of them. I said, "I'm gunning for your job," because I always thought it'd be fun to be entertainment staff on a cruise ship. And he said, "Well, come and take it." Just so nice and so funny. So we were really impressed by that, and they were crazy, but you have to be, to do that with all these people. And man, everybody participated and they ate it up. So they were, I think, very successful with that.
It was good. And another thing, what we enjoyed, and people talked about it online, and they said it was great, and it was great. The entertainment, the entertainment was just phenomenal.
Yes.
They had Italian opera night where they actually had guys from Italy come and they sang opera all night. I didn't really like opera. I don't like opera, but
I love opera.
I enjoyed the whole entire time. I was pretty glued to my seat, sitting there watching all that stuff. So it was awesome. But the highlight, they had awesome acrobat.
They do. The acrobatics that they've got, the contortionist, and I guess she's a gymnast that has the little uneven bar. Yeah. But they're amazing. They really have a really wonderful stuff, and they're full scale shows every night. So it's not halfway done whatsoever. But our very favorite show was the very, very last one.
Shimona. Michael Jackson. It was so good. Okay, the entire time they lip synced the entire thing, but guess what? I did not care.
You have to. It's Michael Jackson.
It was so good. Like, it was literally so good. They found the guy. I'm not sure they found the guy.
He was already on their staff. They said they had been searching the world for their Michael Jackson, and he was actually already on their entertainment staff. He was one of the professional dancers that they had part of the crew already, and so they had him come in and play Michael, and he looked the part. He danced the part. Like, he really was amazing. He was so good.
It was good. It was definitely good.
It was my favorite show. It's the very last one of the night. It's well known, honestly, for this particular cruise line. So if you guys are ever on an MSC ship where they offer that, you've got to see it. Got to see it. It's awesome.
Definitely. Then the last thing I thought was pretty neat was the not the last thing, but the last thing on the line we have here on our notes is the loyalty match program. So if you are a member of a platinum, silver, aluminum, whatever, triple diamond, black diamond club, another cruise line, they'll match it on MSC. So we came in, we're not the highest level, but we're the bottom of the tier, but they match it anyway. So that means you get perks with it. You get the 5% off your cruise. We actually got 10% off our cruise because I was a paramedic, and we can't combine offers. But that's still a pretty good deal.
Still nice of them to do.
Yeah. And also, what else you get? Welcome back party. Mm-hmm. So they come with free drinks as well. So we had free drinks one night.
And they do a captain party.
That's what it was. That's what
with the captain.
With the captain, he comes and says thank you, and you get free champagne, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. They had a lot of that. I will say they had a lot of opportunities on formal nights. They did free champagne for people. They were just passing it out in the bars, so that's a good tip. Mm-hmm. If you want a free glass of champagne on formal night, go get you one. And the loyalty and some of that. And so there were some other opportunities where we got free drinks.
We got tons of free. Our counter was, I think we had 6 free drinks each on this cruise. I think that's quite a bit compared to other cruises you go on, which is, it just happens to be there. So we got the formal night one, we got free drinks, we got the loyalty program, loyalty, whatever you call that. The next
thing we're going to talk about, the Cruise Critic.
And also the Cruise Critic meet and greet. So maybe I'll talk about that.
So we actually, this was a massive highlight for us for this particular trip, because you can tell that the MSC staff and crew really care about your experience with them. They really care about what you think needs improvement, and they want it in constructive criticism. They don't want you to be mean, but they want to know what you're not happy with. So for the Cruise Critic meet and greet previously on any other line we've ever been on, it's kind of like a meeting of the people. You come in, you get a free koozie, and then an entertainment person says hi, and they just kind of, see ya. Mm-hmm. You know, that's it.
So backing up, if you guys don't know about Cruise Critic, you should know about Cruise Critic, because it's been a wealth of information for us. So you go on there, have a little question about, like someone just asked me today, well, what's the maximum weight and height for the slide on the Divina? Slide. Well, guess what? I took a picture. I sent the picture to her, and now she knows what it is. Mm-hmm. Or it's reviews of what they think, and that's how we gauged what we thought was going to go. The ship was going to be like before we got there.
It's a wealth of information. My mom's a lurker. She's a Carnival person, and she is a lurker. She gets on a Cruise Critic and she just lurks and reads everything.
Doesn't comment anything, but just looks around. So that's okay. That's okay, because that's what people do anyway. Is look around and see what they find for information. But
it's a wealth of information. It's a really good site to visit. So
airlines know it exists, and they want to take advantage of that, and they want to try to schmooze you to let you know what's going on.
And the whole reason that they actually have the free food in the sports bar now is because of a comment on Cruise Critic that somebody left. And so if you ever think that your voice isn't heard, that's just a testament that it is. It really is.
Well,
so
from these meet and greets. So they actually they come around, and all the officers come around and introduce themselves, and they say who they are, how long they've been at the company, what they like to know about them, all the information, and then they go around and ask questions, what are our thoughts of what we thought of the cruise.
Yeah, the cruise director was there, assistant cruise director, the deputy purser, Guillermo. He actually became a buddy of ours. We saw him quite a bit. Really, really nice guy. The director of hotels, the director of accounting. And they had a lot of their international hosts. What's interesting, because the ship is so, international, they actually have international hosts, people that are fluent in all of the languages of the people that are on the ship, so they don't feel like if English is not their primary language, they have no way to communicate. So they were all there just in case there was a language barrier for anybody. But we were so impressed, because you could tell they really wanted to know what you thought, and they encouraged you to leave a review, and they encouraged you to say what you think, even if it's constructive criticism and something you don't like, or if it's something you love. They really wanted to know it all.
They're definitely taking strides in the right direction based on what we've seen in the past on Cruise Critic and other sites. They're definitely going full speed ahead in that direction, which I like. I think it's just it just talks about, this speaks volumes when they come and forward and say, hey, this is what we're doing, this is our plans, this is what we fixed, what we do to make it better. And that to me makes a really good company.
And they're growing exponentially. We learned at the meet and greet that they're building 11 ships in the next 10 years. And they're going to be hiring 33,000 people. So for a private-owned cruise line, that's amazing. And so we were really impressed with that kind of a growth rate. It's unreal. And so we think that they're doing some awesome things. They're doing some things really, really right. They're doing some things wrong. But I feel like no cruise line is perfect, and everybody has room for improvement, and they understand that. So that's one way that they want to fix what they can. So we thought that was awesome.
Mm-hmm. But one of the main reasons we took this cruise, and we talked about this beginning of the video, is it's affordable. Mm-hmm. We were able to get a balcony, the same price you get an inside room in other cruise lines, and that's pretty neat. Yeah. And a lot of people that we actually talked to that ordered or got an inside cabin actually got upgraded to a balcony. Yeah. Which happened quite a bit. We saw quite a few people doing that same thing.
Know,
like
we
ocean view balcony. So I felt kind of gypped because we didn't get upgraded or didn't get a champagne bottle or anything, because I was kind of sad about that. But
we still enjoyed it.
We still had a fun time. Yeah, we still had a good time. I just was kind of confused why everybody got upgraded and we got paid the same.
They booked after we did. It was a last minute thing. That's why they got it.
Yeah, bummer. But we really did enjoy it. We felt the value was there. Mm-hmm. We got our money's worth. The food was good. The entertainment was good. The ship was just awesome itself. So.
We really encourage anybody who's curious about this particular line and ship to go. They have a second ship coming in the end of 2017, the Seaside. So the Divina will not be by herself anymore starting the end of next year. So she will continue to cruise out of Miami, but they will be adding another one. So we encourage you to try it out, and go into it with an open mind and an open spirit, and really embrace it. Embrace the kind of international way. It's really fun and a way to meet lots and lots of people that you may not have met otherwise.
That's right. And then lastly, I think nice perks about the Divina is that we got off really early in the morning. Mm-hmm. We were able to see Miami before our plane left to go back to Austin here. And it was painless. It was pretty easy. So they have early debarkation, so you get the number.
You can do self-assist.
So yeah, but make sure you do it middle of the week. Somehow we didn't get a paper to fill out or anything, so we had to go down to the customer service, the guest services desk, to request that.
They were accommodating. They were like, "Oh, you want a self-assist? Here you go."
So they gave us our number tags, and we told them to meet at 6:45, which is really early. Grumpy early for that. So anyway, we had a good time. Had a easy debarkation experience.
Yeah, just walked right off, really. So that's it. We know this is long. We're sorry. It's because we had so much good stuff to say and we enjoyed ourselves so much. So definitely check them out. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. We've also linked all of our social media down there. So if you want to get in touch with us that way, please do. Or subscribe if you're looking for additional videos, because we covered this vacation so well with videos, and so we have so much content coming your way, a lot concerning this entire trip. So definitely stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for part number 2 of the bad and the ugly. So we'll see you later.
See ya.